Welcome and thank you for being here to watch this video. This video is a message for all of you who are going through an awakening, some sort of ascension, really balancing yourself out internally through all your chakras. When I was pre-shuffling, so I was pre-shuffling the 3 decks. In this deck, which I didn't keep the card out because after I was done shuffling, I went to the 3rd deck, and this is why this is left upright. But anyhow, in this deck, it showed up, well, the first card that popped out in this deck was guidance. And the second card that showed itself prominently to me was all paths lead to home in this deck, which we'll see if it pops out again. And then I got to the internal temple. So it really resonated strongly about this internal guidance, guidance from your higher self, guidance from the downloads that you're receiving from source through your crown chakra, all bringing you to inner peace and balance. That's the message that I'm tapped into right now. We're going to see what the cards want to say. So I'm pulling a couple of these. This is from the Starseed Oracle deck. Beautiful deck. First card that, oh, I cannot even, I said it. And I don't know if you hear me shuffling, but I was definitely shuffling, and the first card popped out, and it was all paths lead home. And this talks about inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Again, trusting the higher self. I'm sorry if the sound just changed during this video, but my headset just died. So anyhow, I'm going to keep going with this message, and hopefully it's loud and clear for you to hear. But all paths lead to home. At the bottom of the deck is the card Earth, learning how to be human in the world but not of it. So this is someone I feel who's really mastering the realm of the spiritual with the physical is the energy that it's giving to me. Going home to center, right? Coming within, having that internal chakra system aligned, really standing in one's power. I feel like there's so much coming in through this message already. It just feels like whoosh, like this burst of just new energy, intense energy as well. So the next card that comes out is I Remember, Soul Plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Now there are things that happen in life that are fated to happen. They're meant to be experiences that we have that help us to learn, that help us to grow, evolve, ascend. And then there's that destined life, which you are destined for. And everybody is destined for greatness, for abundance, for unconditional love, for all of that, right? It is part of a destined plan. It's a matter of aligning with it, right? Like when you are in an energy that is not in alignment, it's going to delay, it's going to slow things down, it's going to create blocks and havoc. When you're in alignment with something that is destined and fated to be for you, the things flow easily and effortlessly. It's almost like, well, this would be great, and then boom, there it is. That experience pops into your life, and that sort of thing on a higher vibrational frequency, not a lower vibrational frequency. Aquarian age is an extremely higher vibrational frequency than we were dealing with in Piscean age. So it is going to be a huge difference in the life we once had or were living versus the current status of our earthly journey and mission. We are all here to have a human experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So let's take a look at what card wants to come up next, what energies want to show up next. What energies I love this. This feels so aligned, so in sync. Ooh, and here's the next card. Portal. I feel this has been a portal that's already been activated. I don't feel like it's a fresh portal. It could be. We do have the new moon coming up here soon. You can keep your eyes peeled. I do have a reading that will be out for that new moon in Virgo. That's going to be quite the energy itself. So anyhow, we have the card of portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. It's about taking a leap of faith. It's about standing in one's power. It's about having that confidence. It's about having that perseverance and determination to move through this portal out of that old and into the new? Or do you want to stay in a loop-de-loop kind of situation? I'm feeling this energy is talking to somebody who already knows the energy. I don't know why I feel like I keep cutting off like my word before it's even finished. But anyhow, the card at the bottom of the deck says, wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. So I feel like if you're feeling like in an energy of hanging in limbo, that's the vibe it's giving me. Hanging in limbo, waiting for, I feel observation, like you're watching, you're paying attention, you're listening, you're, more going within. Again, it feels really strongly going within, seeking wisdom from your higher self, your guides, your ancestors, your loved ones, God, whatever you resonate with, and listening to the energies or the information that is coming to you during those quiet times. All right, I shuffled the cards, so it showed up again. Wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. So I do feel like there are things behind the scenes that you don't necessarily see right now. And I also want to say this in case somebody is going through this right now, where if you've had an abrupt shift or change, something has completed and just outed or, finished, closed out a cycle in your life, I do feel that energy of the, this wait could be while you're healing. This wait, whatever this is, this delay is for you. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. It's for your greater good. It's like things are being rerouted, re-strategized behind the scenes. It's like something you don't see. And then we have at the bottom of the deck, star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. And this could be somebody going through, that upgrade, they call it in the spiritual realm, this DNA activation or DNA recalibration, whatever you want to call it, right? Where you're going through an ascension, an awakening, like things are changing. This feels very powerful to me. I feel anyone who was really sitting in dark energy is no longer sitting in that energy right now. I feel like they could feel like a void where it's just blah, it's just nothing is happening, and it's kind of like, I feel detachment is part of this as well, but I feel like this is forcing, or the universe is co-creating with you to bring you within, to force you to go within, to look within and recognize what your higher self, your spirit, and your soul is calling for. This is about your soul's calling. So first card up to look at the all paths lead home is getting grounded. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. And again, that thought of meditation, going within, using that discernment, also recognizing things that are download. I always recommend, and if you've been around for a while or on my other platform, which I used to be a lot more active on, which is being phased out right now, but you have heard me over the course of the last 8 years that I have been on that platform, really talking about connecting with nature, and journaling, right? Journaling was another big thing. Really huge thing. When you write things down, when you're sitting in meditation, and I've meditated in a lot of places, I'm sure many of you do too, sitting on your porch, listening to the birds, watching the squirrels, being on the beach, being mindful of the waves, recognizing what Mother Nature is trying to bring you awareness of, right? And recognizing the things that come through during that meditation, that peaceful moment, that going within, being with one's higher self. I feel like this is a time to get out into nature. I also feel like it's important for you to make notes and jot down any things that are downloading to you during this process. You could bring a little notebook. I'm a fan of Post-it notes, and then I just take all my Post-it notes from the day and stick them on one page, and then sort all those notes out at a later time in case you're looking for, any ideas. There's an idea for you. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. And again, it's giving me that energy of being within, of really cleansing, healing, purifying your energy, And I felt the detachment earlier, right? And this talking about retreating, cutting out the world, cutting out the distractions, cutting out any sort of interference that is blocking, stopping, or slowing down and delaying the process. And I don't feel like it's just external sources. I feel like it's a combination between external sources, being in alignment with one's higher self, and the divine timing of all of this. So that's what I do feel. And look, it's at the bottom of the deck. What are you clinging onto? There's the tower, and look at the visual of this tower. This tower is cracked in half. You can tell the tower's coming down, and through all of that darkness becomes this gorgeous, beautiful, very scenic landscape, a whole new world, right? It's like out of that dark way, that dark energy, that restrictive energy, that confining energy, it feels like to me, is going to be beautiful blessings. So let's keep going. Let's look at this energy of I remember. Tell us what we need to know about I remember. What is this energy for I remember? I remember. I remember. Card up is mirror. Who or what is triggering you? This is a mirror, mirroring card. So this is very interesting. I do feel a lot of depth with this energy. Bottom of the deck, break the chain. This says ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. And I could feel that with that tower card. I could feel that with this entire reading as well. But I feel with this mirror, it's really, somebody's looking like within. When you mirror something back to you, you're looking at yourself from an external, source or whatever it is, right? You're looking at who you are, whatever this means for you. I feel like this is really, because of all the water, I feel like it's on a soul level. Like you're really looking at the depth of your soul, who you truly are. Authenticity is the wave of the future. So I feel like you're evaluating that in many different things, and even some of your greatest things that you really love yourself for, them can also be challenges for you as well, right? Because they could, bring forth, like you overexerting yourself or trying to do too much at the sake of yourself. Like I feel like even though it's a great thing to do, you want to be there, you want to be supportive and helpful, but you also got to look at how that is draining you, how it's taking up your time and energy, that sort of thing. Time is the most valuable resource that we have. It is something that cannot be replaced. So when you need to step back and say, no, I need time, like we've seen that retreat, you really recognize and see a lot of things when you're not so readily available, right? Like if you're someone who can always be called, dependent on this, that, and the third thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, I need a day off, I needed time to think, I need to clear my head, I want to sit on the beach and do nothing but watch the waves, right? You can notice it trigger, right? And again, it says right here too, who or what is triggering you. It can be something that triggers you. It can be something that triggers someone else. It can be just a chain reaction. We did say breaking the chains, right? Not feeling guilty for not being available, not feeling guilty for not making the time, right? Making the time for self versus other things that I just feel that's the energy it's showing up as. So the next card is the card of take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Again, I've been feeling that energy of going around in a repetitive cycle and really knowing and recognizing what needs to change, what needs to complete out. There's a major, the astrological transits and the energies of the planets and the houses that they're in and the signs that they're in are really speaking to us right now. They're really trying to guide us and restrict us from things that are not meant to be. And you'll see that by feeling held back, restricted, things not moving the way you want them. that sort of thing. But you'll also recognize the things that just fall easily and effortlessly, organically, right into place, right into alignment. Those are the things that are meant to be, right? Next card that's coming out is the crumbling. So I feel, and it's interesting to be on the portal, right? Because when you're looking at these cards, and I know you can see them both here, I'll lift this one up, right? You can see it's like coming out of that dark shell, coming out of the shell. That shell is cracked open, and now you're free. You're liberated. You can move forward. You can move towards a new beginning, you know? And I do feel like this is a big awakening, and something very powerful. This is definitely very powerful for whoever I'm reading for. And I feel like this is someone who's standing in their power, and they're ready for this. They're absolutely ready for this. And look at this. Sorry, didn't mean to bump that. The next card that comes out is the rose, the ever unfolding rose. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you, right? Like, perfect. On top of the tower with that portal, it's like I'm freeing you from restraints, restrictions, burdens, baggage, darkness, all of this stuff. And I'm offering you this purity, this beauty, this, you know, new cycle. Are you going to claim this? Are you going to move towards this? Or are you going to try to stay hidden inside of that dark cave is what I'm feeling? And then I know you're going to be doing it. Look at the bottom of the deck. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. And your true north is what is destined for you. And it is not dark. It is not challenging. It is not chaotic. It is peaceful. It is blissful. That's what the destination of that is all about. So next card that's coming up, and this is for the wait card, the wait for it. Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. You see so much water. You feel so soothed just looking at this card. And I feel like, you know, when we started this, it talked about the home, right? It talked about who you truly are, who you authentically are, who you are meant to be aligned with, who is on your soul tribe, on your soul vibe, that is going to be part of this next cycle and this next chapter. And it does give me that energy of this is what is aligning behind the scenes. This is what may feel like it's restricting right now, or there's no movement forward on this right now, but it does give me the indication, wow, I cannot. What is not aligned or needs to change? This is align your life. And this is what this whole entire message has been about. Aligning with your higher self, aligning with your best self, aligning with your destiny and your future, right? And moving through, allowing what's falling down around you. And I know everybody is going through different areas of their life that are just looking like and feeling like they're crumbling down. This is about letting that crumble down, letting that fall, allowing the new life to come through as a result of that. And look at the next card, Soul Family. This says, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And the higher vibration you come from, the higher you are in alignment with that vibrational frequency, the healthier vibrations you are calling in for yourself. If you're sitting, and I don't even want to go down that path anyways, bottom of the deck is align your life, right? This is what is happening for someone on a very huge soul level right now. They're aligning with their best life, and they're, wow, look at Gaia at the bottom of the deck. Connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through the time of change. Again, getting outside into nature. These are from the Starseed, I think they're magic, I don't know. It's from the Starseed deck. So I'm going to pull a couple of these to finish off this message. But this message is very clearly about someone stepping into their true power, into their authentic power, really recognizing on a soul level, like, this is for me or this is not for me, and knowing how to stay connected to the things for you, and, you know, graciously accept the things that are not and allow them to fall away, to crumble, to move out of your space and your energy, so you have that space and energy available for higher frequencies and energies to come in. So this is the first card that showed up out of this, and this is the blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. This is that authentic energy, unconditional love, nurturing, healing, all of that stuff for self. Did you right there? It says pure love within you. Love yourself first. Be able to pour from a full cup. Earth guide is in the bottom of the deck. Your sacred calling upon this planet is to simply love and be loved. And exactly, it's a reciprocating energy. It's a give and a take. And I feel like whoever I'm talking to right now, you've recognized where things were out of alignment, right? This is where you may have been giving more than receiving. For some of you, this awakening because you were receiving more than you were giving. It's going to be different for everybody. So know where you are in this and, use this message accordingly. So the next card is dreams. The universe speaks to you through your dreams. And that's very important because I do know, as someone who I do dream, I do have dreams, and it's been very interesting and intense. I think over the last couple of months, at least for me. You can leave me a comment, let me know how it's been for you. But it was like I was having dreams, and it was on a specific night. And then within 48 hours, like 2 days later to the day, where that dream manifested into the physical 3D. And it was almost like I'm giving you these messages so you know, so you can use that information that was downloaded for you, and you can use it for your benefit. And that is just, I was like, wow. I mean, I don't get really blown away by too many things, but that really had me blown away because it was just 1 week after the other, these dreams were coming through, and all of them were taking place 2 days after the dream came true. So be mindful of that. The next card is choice. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. And it's a choice. Do you choose to be in that dark energy, the low vibrational energy, or do you choose to be in the high vibrational energy of happiness, joy, peace, all of that energy? So that's a choice that everybody has free will. And, that's a choice that you have to make. And wow, I'm ending it with, oh, nope. I'm going to use the bottom of the deck before I end it. But the next card that came out was Ascension, which we've talked about through this entire message. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for this. And then at the bottom of the deck is Transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. This is a very powerful ascension. I feel like this is a life-changing ascension. We go through many different ascensions in this lifetime. Not all of, they do change your life, sometimes in smaller ways and things like that, but this feels like a really big ascension. This feels like a major life-changing ascension for long term is what I'm feeling with all of this. I hope this message resonates with you. If it does, please claim it in the comments below. I thank you all for joining me here. Love and light.